Hello everyone, going first again with Ajar, hoping that maybe I can run into an opponent this time that isn't using a troll deck, although that was pretty hilarious with the Exodia last duel. But I would like to say again, a big thank you to Mike Bliss for recording vocals for the Ajar theme song. He's actually the person that he did vocals for the first song too, which was the Scrap Curry deck, and it sounded really great in my opinion. He has his own band. It's a gent band, which is a very groovy form of metal, if anyone's interested in that sort of a sound. I'll be posting a link to probably his Facebook, maybe some YouTube stuff in the description, so if you do want to give them a listen, you can listen to most of the stuff free online. So that will be in the description. Anyways, taking a look at my opponent, playing a... it's looking like a classic standard Dragunity deck. They're going to be spamming pretty heavily this turn, but there won't be any sort of an OTK just because I have a Dandelion. I'm actually kind of disappointed that they didn't open up with an MST or something so I could Abyss on one of these monsters. Although technically if they had opened with it, they wouldn't have had a monster, so now's the time to MST or Scrap Dragon. A Scrap Dragon would be really funny. Can I get a Scrap Dragon? Probably not. Probably just going to go for the traditional Stardust. Because they don't know what I'm running, they don't know what my back row is, they don't know what my monster is. It's all... Whenever you see a bunch of face-down cards without knowing what your opponent is running, it can be pretty intimidating, and they will most likely go for that Stardust play, like I said. That is the safest route for them to go right now. Although if they do go for a Stardust, that would be awesome. If they hit a Dandelion, I wouldn't care. If they hit the Abyss Scorn, that would be even better. Okay, going for a Crimson Blader, that's, well, that doesn't help at all. There's not a single monster I have that's 5 or higher that special summons itself. I guess it could technically be a little bit of a hindrance against Karaz, but not only do I not have it in my hand, but I would be saving it anyways because I have a Morphing Jar, and this is going to get rid of monsters even better. Now, I do have a couple options here. I could set Marshmallow for the stall, I could set Morphing Jar to remove everything, or I can summon Crane and make an XYZ. I'm debating on doing that, but I do need a way to get over Crimson Blader. So... okay, not going to make an XYZ right now. That probably wouldn't be worth it. And... all this deck does is spam, so you know what? I am going to set a Morphing Jar before they're able to summon something dangerous, such as a Scrap Dragon, and pop the Marshmallow, and then I would take damage. Especially because it's Dragunity, all it does is play monsters. So as you can see right now, my opponent is going into yet even more of their resources, or dipping into it and making more stuff. So... setting a Morphing Jar right now, it was very predictable that they'd be using more of their monsters. I would like to get them off the field before they draw into something that could potentially stop my Morphing Jar from happening. Although, there is still potential for a Scrap Dragon, so I do kind of have to be wary about that. But that's why I also have the Marshmallow. I could have gone into that first. The point was just to not be taking damage, though. Like, I could set the Marshmallow, and then if they got rid of it, along with all my other monsters, before I'm able to get Morphing Jar's effect off, they might do some damage. Probably not, but I feel like this is the safer play to go into. And especially now because they're going into XYZs and Synchros, this is where Morphing Jar shines. Whenever I get to play a Synchro XYZ heavy deck, where the normal monsters and effect monsters, they don't really like to stay on the field very long, Morphing Jar just wreaks havoc. Okay, well there's one monster, but right now, the person's only going to get one monster back, which is going to be from Metal Dragon. In older Dragunity builds, they actually wouldn't, because they always would XYZ with Metal Dragon using another Metal Dragon and go into a Gustav Max. Although there's other options now, I would still imagine that to be the best one. But I'm still wondering if I will run into a Scrap Dragon. I don't think so, because right now... well, you know what, no, just a fluff token doesn't necessarily look like plants. If I had made this look more like a plant deck, I would say that my opponent wouldn't Scrap Dragon, because plant monsters don't really do much on their own when they're face down. It's usually just like a spore or something. And I definitely don't think... let's see if they summon the tuner. If they summon the tuner, Scrap Dragon's still a possibility. Okay, they're going with Phalanx. I'm still very curious what they make. A Scrap Dragon right now would be... Let's see, are they going to do it? No, going for the Stardust instead. Okay. Again, though, they have no idea what I'm playing, so just going the safe route, I don't even disagree with that. I mean, who runs Morphing Jar number 2, right? So Stardust is... It seems like it's the best idea, but in all honesty, it's by far not. So about to go 1 for 4. Summoning Metal... Okay, getting Metal Dragon and that back. And as you can see, Morphing Jar number 2 being too good. It is so good against Synchro and XYZ decks. So if you enjoyed this duel, please comment, rate, subscribe, and stay brutal.